Picking up again, Rome at War, Hannibal at Bay, Volume 1. Hannibal at Bay is Volume 1 in the Rome at War series. Still playing the Cirta scenario. Alright, so I definitely did not have straight in my mind the charging rules mechanics for this series this time around. So I want to push ahead with this at least far enough to iron out the basics. Okay, so I was wondering why units would countercharge if countercharging simply turned the charge into a straight assault. And I think I found my answer. So the first, there's the whole rule section 12.3 charge combat modifiers and the defender's strength. Defending light infantry, artillery, light cavalry, and chariots are reduced by 50%, so they're halved. You also have doubling the combat strength of defending phalanxes if they're charged from the front. Okay, so charging phalanxes from the front make them twice as strong. You double the combat strength of defending elephants unless the charging units include elephants. So, so charging elephants make them twice as strong unless your charge includes elephants. Okay, then on top of that, you have attacker strength modifiers. And this is the part that I missed this time around playing the series. You double the combat strength of charging heavy cavalry, chariots, and elephants. And then you look on the train effects chart for any reductions. So basically, the doubling of the combat strength of charging heavy cavalry, chariots, and elephants means that. So as I see it, when you're in a position to make a charge, especially with heavy cavalry, you pretty much want to take it because it can be pretty devastating. And the way the rules work, I think it's going to take a bit to kind of reset your chargers. That is, you got to pull them back, basically set up a charge again, and you may not have an opportunity more than that first time in a battle. So now I see, especially heavy cavalry charging light cavalry. So the attacking heavy cavalry are doubled, the defending light cavalry are halved. That can be devastating. And we have situations where we could have that here. I might have even had it. I can't remember. But we definitely have heavy cavalry like the Italian and Roman cavalry here. We have the light cavalry, like over here, the light Numidian cavalry. So we definitely could have those situations in a battle like this. So definitely something to pay attention to. So then in charging, the defender rolls first and inflicts hits first. Then the charging player assesses hit, rolls and inflicts losses. Whereas when you switch to assault, it's simultaneous. So now I see where light infantry or light cavalry receiving a charge, especially from heavy cavalry, they're going to inflict losses first, but they're also going to be half strength. in a charge. If they can countercharge, now I see why they would want to, because while you're going to switch from, successive hits to simultaneous hits, you're not going to be halved in strength anymore, and the attacker is not going to be doubled in the case of heavy cavalry. So now I see why, when you can countercharge, I guess you would generally want to try to countercharge. And now that makes sense. Now it all comes back together, making better sense than before. All right, so as marked, the Romans have acted in the current turn. So we'll pick up with the Carthaginians here, Syphax and Tychius. So now Syphax rolls for actions. Yeah, for in the action phase. Yeah, so you got the best roll possible. You take the roll of 1, subtract it from the army commander Syphax's initiative rating. In this case, 4. It gives 3, so that means that he can activate 3 leaders. He only has himself and Tychius, so they will both go. So then we'll go, one formation at a time. So now I know we figured this out before. I think Tychius now just has these remaining light infantry, and Syphax has the infantry and cavalry here. So that's close enough to play it. Question is, what do they want to do? Again, so we'll have Syphax go first. No, we'll have Tychius go first. See what he can do with his light infantry. Let's see what he can do with his light infantry, Numidian infantry. So we're going to do there is no artillery fire in this scenario, but that's the first step of the action phase for Tychius. Not going to have any charges here. Movement. Interestingly, there are no zones of control or anything, so they could move, but they won't. They're just going to assault Massinissa and his light cavalry. So here we have Tychius with his light infantry. Let's see how they fare against Massinissa and his light cavalry. It looks like they all have missile capability. So, heavy infantry assaulted from the flank or rear. We don't have that case. Defender makes a morale check. Okay. So heavy infantry. That's the locking shields. We don't have that here. It's not relevant. Okay, so the defender, we know the defender has to do a morale check. So again, we figure out area morale. By the way, I really like the idea of just having area morale. Anyways, these Numidian light cavalry have a high morale of 5. Okay, so I haven't really talked too much detail about morale, so let's do that now. The second number on units is their morale. So as you can see, the Numidian light cavalry have a strength of 3 and a morale of 5. And by the way, these light infantry have really quite a bit lower morale. They have 3 and even 2, so... Alright. Area morale. Each area containing units has a morale value for combat purposes. And area morale value is calculated as follows. So you kind of... one way to think of it is stepping through these cases until you see you find the one that applies, right? Multiple long units present. We don't have any long units involved here. So we can skip this section. 1 long unit present. Again, you skip this section because we have no long units here. And then finally, we have no long units present. What do? Use the average rounded up of the morales of all units in the area. It's kind of easy because we have 5 and 5. The average is going to be 5. Modifiers. Add the tactical rating of the senior leader in an area to the area's morale. So Massinissa, oh, I actually have to turn him over to, so his tactical rating, yeah, his tactical rating is 2. So remember, the 3 is the command radius, but that's old. The system dropped. The system dropped having command radius on the pieces themselves. So the later 2 volumes in the series only have 2 values on the leaders. So bottom line, we're using the 3rd edition rules. We're using command span as a function of movement. So the first value, the 3, is just ignored. We just don't use it at all with the 3rd edition here. So the 2 is his tactical rating and 4 is his initiative. So his tactical rating is 2. Pretty darn good. So we add that. So see here we have 5. Average morale is 5 plus 2 for Massinissa is 7. And again, I don't think that there is any roll. I don't think there are any automatic passes or fails. So I think it's automatic and you don't have to roll. Subtract 1 if the original army commander has been eliminated. That's not, no, because Laelius is still... where is Laelius? Oh yeah, Laelius is right next door. So he's not been eliminated. Subtract 1 from the area's morale during combat if the largest long unit... Okay, no long units involved. Yeah, so I think it's just an automatic pass. I don't think you have to roll. Okay, so that's morale check, withdrawal, and advance. I don't think... Yep, they're not going to be withdrawing. They're not going to be withdrawing. They're surrounded by... No, yeah. So, only free of any units. Yeah. Just to clarify, always diagonal adjacency. As I understand it, there's no way, even though it may look like the unit could just go between these 2 forces diagonally from area 39 where they're at to area 29, it can't. To move diagonally here, both adjacent areas to the diagonal would have to be free of units. Yes. All right, so they're basically they're surrounded, they're trapped in there, they're not going anywhere, so there is no withdrawal. So we go right to combat. Okay. Defender decides which direction each unit will fight in. Well, it's just one area to one area. You can have multiple area battles, but here it's just one area to one area. Okay. Add leader tactical rating. So Massinissa does have tactical rating of 2. Both players roll DC, obviously. Okay. Effects are simultaneous. Let's see if any modifiers apply. Long units doesn't apply. Morale. Is morale greater than or equal to twice that of the defender? Well, no, the attacker has lesser morale. Defender area is overstacked. No. Elephants, no. And elephants, no. Okay, so no modifiers apply, as is usually the case. Okay. Missile. Let's figure out missile fire. Figure out missile fire. Let's do this. No. Think I think because, well, first of all, the strength is roughly equal, right? We have 5 combat strength of light infantry going against 6 combat strength of light cavalry. There is no dramatic difference in combat strength. Morale of the attackers is quite a bit lower than the defenders. So I'm trying to think, does Tychius use missile fire or not? Tactically, should he or shouldn't he? Tychius has a tactical rating of 0, so he's not contributing anything. Okay. I think under the circumstances, Tychius just wants to go all in because Massinisa's cavalry cannot get away. So I think Tychius just wants to send his light infantry in for straight up melee or close combat. Okay, does it matter? No, it's simultaneous, so it doesn't matter. So Tychius will roll for his 5 combat strengths first. Actually got 1 hit. Okay, Tychius got 1 hit, and now Massinissa comes back with 3, and 3 is 6, plus his tactical rating of 2 is 8. Quite a bit better. Okay, so the Romans... and he gets 2 hits. Alright. Keep him on his check initiative side. Okay, so simultaneous hits. So Massinissa will take 1 step loss there, which satisfies that. And I think, and go ahead and do the leader loss now. I think it's just an 11 or more would have eliminated Massinissa, but he rolls an easy 8. So now the Romans have inflicted 2 step losses, so yeah, I think it's all the same. So he loses a whole Numidian light infantry unit, and then roll for Tychius is oh wow. All right, I rolled an 11. I think Tychius got waxed. When units in an area suffer 1 or more step losses in combat, the player rolls 2 dice for each leader with them. Add 1 if the leader is with charging cavalry, no. And add 2 if all units in the area with the leader were eliminated. On a modified result of 11 or more, eliminate the leader. Yeah. Ouch. So we had a leader elimination. All right, so we look. It says refer to section 5.7. Dead leaders in a given turn. If a formation leader, that's this case, is eliminated. Okay, replace the dead leader with a new leader who takes over command of the dead leader's units in the recovery phase. The new leader can activate his formation normally on future turns. This is Tychius's activation, so I think he's just plain going away, and in the recovery phase I'll figure out what to do with a replacement. So that was a big setback for the Carthaginians there. Now Syphax, he's got a mix of light cavalry and light infantry. Well, now I think they should Well, Syphax is going to go, obviously. No artillery, no charging, so do movement 1 and 2. This is all of this arranging is only for visual effect, because only the long units are actually oriented in the way that they're oriented, counter in area. All the short units, it doesn't really matter how they're oriented, so I just do it visually for my own benefit. Okay, so that was movement. Now let's do assault. I think they're just going to go... Okay, so let's look at this. Syphax has some light cavalry here, and he has light infantry over here. Oops. Here. He wants to attack... He also wants to attack Massinissa. I think this is where the rule right here, each area may only be assaulted once per assault segment. So this is Syphax's assault segment. So what I'm getting at is Syphax cannot attack here, go all the way through the attack routine or assault routine, and then do the same with this one against Massinissa. I think because if Syphax wants to attack Area 39 Massinissa with his light cavalry during this assault segment, he has to do this as a combined attack. So let's do that. Now we can do a combined arms. So now we can have Syphax and his light cavalry. Again, it's not really... No, it's not really necessary. Well, oh, now I see why maybe Syphax wants to have the light cavalry do missile combat, because they would not be subject to losses. So actually that's... Yeah, let's do that. Syphax and his light cavalry will do missile combat combined with the assault of the light infantry here. Let's do that. All right, so we go through no locking shields, morale check. Massinissa and his light cavalry have to pass their morale check again. They had a step loss there, so that unit's morale dropped to 4, but the average rounded up is still 5. Rounded up, yeah, so it's still... Oh, and Massinissa still has his 2, so it's still an automatic morale check pass. I wonder if I'm supposed to... I wonder if I'm required to do Massinissa's check initiative, but I'll skip that if I am. I'm not sure about that. Okay. Massinissa can't withdraw, so we go right to combat. This is combined arms. So when assaulting a target area, that the attacker may assault normally with some units and use missile fire with others. In this case, the defending units may not withdraw. They already can't withdraw because of the arrangement of forces. And may not use missile fire, and the attacking missile units may not take step losses. Okay, all right. So now we can do that. Missile fire. Okay, I assume that it is. Maybe to choose assault number to units. Units using missile fire have their combat strength. Unless they are archers or horse archers. I don't think they're horse archers. Units attacked with missile fire may not withdraw. Awesome. Okay. So I think that it's the combat strength of 3, halved to 1.5, rounded back up to 2. Now, the I think Syphax's tactical rating of 1 is added to as well. Although, I don't know. Maybe at this scale, that's the way the model goes. Wow, I actually get a hit. All right, so we have one hit from missiles. Over here we have 5 altogether. Yeah. Huh. No, they're the attacker. Okay. Their relatively low morale doesn't really matter because they're the attacker. Did I get that right? Attacker morale. Yeah. Wow, no hits. Light infantry got no hits. Alright, so Massinissa return attack 5, 6, 7. Ew, got 2 hits. Okay, so these guys, have to take the hits. So let's do Syphax's missile hit. We'll take off another unit there. I guess we do leader loss for just a missile attack as well. Okay, it's easily no leader loss. So that's that one. And then the Romans 2 hits have to be taken from. So that's just a whole. Oh no, that's the same number of figures. Okay, so there we go. So losses come off pretty steady rate in this game. I don't think any war gamer should complain about losses being too, quote unquote slow in this game. All right, so that was Syphax's. That was Syphax's activation. They're all done. I'm sorry, not everybody's activated. No, I guess we'd go to Massinissa. I'm not sure he would do anything. No, I don't think Massinissa would do anything. Well, actually, I guess it's. No, I take that back. Massinissa. It's actually 1-on-1 to strength here, and it's light cavalry. Could charge the light infantry there. So let's go to trying to activate. So his initiative rating is 4. First time we're activating a leader out of command radius there. Where is it? Command, leader command restrictions. Well, they roll a 1, so I'm sure he's good. But just to review, leaders outside Army Command's radius must roll less than or equal to leader's initiative rating, which he succeeded. So I think because they succeed, out of command leaders and units may be activated, but they may not enter area. No. Oh. Wait. Leader initiative. When a leader on his check initiative side activates, roll 1 die and compare the result to his initiative rating. If the result is less than or equal to his initiative, he is in command. Okay, he is in command. So we can ignore all those out of command penalties, which would have made an attacking here not possible, I think. The move and fight normally. Okay. All right, so he rolled a 1. Massinissa is in the game, and he is going to try to break out here by charging the light infantry over here. Oh wait, he can't charge because he starts adjacent. Okay, so he'll just assault. Yep. So now he's going to assault, hoping that his higher morale allows him to break out here. Okay. All right. So no locking shields, morale check. They definitely have to check morale. Average morale here is 3 plus 2 is 5 divided by 2, 2.5 rounded up 3. They actually passed their morale check. I don't think that they can withdraw. No, I don't think so. Only defending units with a greater movement allowance than the fastest attacking unit may withdraw, with these exceptions. Yeah, so they're definitely not. Light infantry, as you can imagine, are not able to withdraw from attacking light cavalry. So I think we go straight to combat. So we'll do Massinissa with his strength of 3 plus his tactical rating of 2. Wow, no hits. So the light infantry fight back with strength of 3, and they cause a hit. So, ouch. So Massinissa takes a step loss there, and we have to check for leader casualty. He passes with an 8. Okay, I think that's just it. Massinissa's done like that. Now let's figure out leader loss. Let's go to recovery, recover roles, leadership replacement, and army collapse. Can anybody? Nobody can attempt recovery because all the units that have lost steps are still adjacent to enemy. So I think we're done. But we'd go on to leader replacement. During the recovery phase, the owning player may replace. We need to replace Tychius. Any leaders who are eliminated in the current turn, unless an area special rules say otherwise. The owning player may replace a dead leader with a friendly leader from the game's mix who hasn't already been used in the current game and or who is a formation leader of formation, all of whose units have been eliminated. The new leader takes command of the dead leader's formation, all scenarios. Okay. Restrictions. A replacement leader must be of the same nationality as dead leader, and his initiative rating must be less than or equal to the dead leader's. Exception. Army commanders. No, he's not an army commander. Okay, so Tychius is a formation commander with an initiative rating of 2. So I can replace Tychius with a commander, given a couple stipulations here. But basically, to simplify, an unused commander whose initiative rating is less than or equal to 2. So I will do that. All right, so I'll do that, and then we'll wrap up this video. So I look at my counter mix here. I look to my Carthaginian leaders. So who is available? Oh, there's Bostar. Yeah, he has initiative of 2. Hasdrubal is his initiative is 3. That's too high. Hannibal is obviously 2. Hamilcar and Hanno both have 3, so they're not in the running. So actually, Bostar is the one. So Bostar replaces Tychius. And it just so happens they have identical values across the board. So I guess Bostar comes in there with units of that formation, like that. And we have replaced our leader. There we go. Put the new leader with any unit in his formation. These are the only ones left to that formation. So there we go. We have a replacement leader, and that ends the turn. Clear off my memory markers there, and there we go.